Okay, I got OBS going here. I'm this update on my LMDE 7 install. This is my mid tower. My 2018 build with a newly updated CPU, R9 5950X, and I want to show you a couple things here. Here I am, LMDE 7. The version 64.13 of Cinnamon, my kernel. Here's my CPU, 32 threads. Wow. Memory, 64. Hard drives, 1 gigabyte NVMe and a 2 gigabyte SSD. I'm using an RX 570 GPU. Running X11. I haven't tested Wayland on this setup yet, but I will. I'll get to it. So that's that. And we go to System Monitor. Here's my 32 threads. And here's the processes running right now. And OBS. It runs .9 to 1.1. It's has less overhead on LMDE 7 for some reason. On Mint 22.2 I ran 1.4 to 1.5. So I guess this is, and that was with the same processor. So I don't know, LMDE 7, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, this thing runs quick. I've done Kdenlive render, Kdenlive speech to text, which there's a new update on that function, which is nice. Looks like Flatpak fixed it. And speaking of Flatpak, I'm going to show you what I actually loaded with Software Manager on LMDE 7. So you come up here to the hamburger, show installed apps. Okay, I got Kdenlive. You notice it says Flat Hub here. Now these here are all system provided. I'll show you what I mean. If you click on here, it says it's a Flatpak. That's the only Flatpak I have now. And if I go back and I click on Audacity, it says it's an approved system package. And you know what, it works good. So these are my only Kdenlive. FlatHub is its main parent. Flatpak is what they call it. And all the rest of these are system stuff. I even went with OBS system package, and it works fine. It's 30.2.3. Now, if I put OBS in here, we'll do OBS here, OBS, and it shows two, OBS Studio, OBS Capital Studio, with no slash. This says 3.7, it works fine. You notice, you can see it's 32.0.2, slightly newer version. So I may up that down the road. Now, the one I loaded is this one, and it's 30.2.3, and it works fine. Now, when I do the Wayland test, I may have to use, because OBS is where I have the most issue with Wayland. That and drag and drop in general, does not work. I tried it on 3 different PCs and tried every terminal input I could to make it work, and it would not work. So to me, it's still a work in progress. So that's how we looked at what we want, what I loaded. So everything else, except for these 8 programs, software, apps, whatever you want to call it, everything else came preloaded on LMDE 7. If you go to all applications and you start scroll, move over to the right and you scroll, you can see everything that's in here. And it's not a whole lot. It's pretty basic, but it has everything I need. And you can customize it to look how you want. But minus the 8 that I added are in this here now, in the display of the menu. It even has a fingerprint tool and all kinds of weird new stuff. But I don't need that. But I do use their firewall. I use Firefox, so that's cool. I did add a font for Microsoft fonts. But when you pull stuff up, like here, they all have nice round corners up top here. Nice. And when I do my system monitor, it's the round corners all the way around. Nice. So LMDE 7 is working. I'm going to show you how quick Kdenlive loads. And I'm going to talk about Kdenlive for a minute. I set it up by dragging and dropping these things. Like you can see, oh, look at that. You grab it by the name. I like it over here with, this is how I like it. And I can move it over here. You go to view, and the things you don't use all the time, you unclick them, because there's a lot of junk. I only have timeline, subtitles, project bin, effects, composition stack, compositions, clip, monitor, and you have to show the bars. If you don't show the bars, you can't move anything. You need those bars. So that's what I did, and I moved it all around. This is my go-to setup. It's been this way for quite a while. It works for me. I like a big window over here with clip monitor, project monitor. Linux Mint, Debian Edition, LMDE 7. Works well for me. I like it. So give it a shot. Bye.